location, and it had this eerie charm to it that I couldn't resist. I didn't think much of the neighbors' warnings about the place being cursed, but now I wish I'd listened. The house had been vacant for years, or so I was told. The moment I stepped inside, I felt a chill that didn't make sense for such a warm day. The floors creaked under my weight, and the walls seemed to be watching me. I chalked it up to my imagination running wild. The first few nights were uneventful, but I started noticing things. At first, it was subtle, faint whispers when the house was completely silent. Just little murmurs, almost like words I couldn't quite understand. But the longer I stayed, the clearer they became. They were coming from within the walls. It was always at night, just as I was drifting off to sleep. A soft murmur at first, then a low voice that seemed to be calling my name. Sophie. Sophie. It sounded so close, but when I'd jump out of bed and search the room, there was nothing, just the empty, cold walls. One evening, after hearing it again, I decided to investigate. Armed with a flashlight, I followed the whispers through the dark hallway. They led me to the attic, a place I had never dared explore before. My heart raced as I slowly opened the creaking door. Inside, the air was thick with dust. The floorboards groaned under my steps as I ventured further into the room. Then there it was, the whisper again. Only this time, it wasn't just a whisper. It was a scream, a blood-curdling scream that seemed to pierce through my very soul. I froze, my body frozen in terror. The sound was coming from behind the wall. I pressed my ear against it, but the wall felt cold, too cold. The air around me seemed to thicken as the whispers grew louder. Get out, Sophie. Get out. I ran out of the attic, heart pounding, but the voices followed me. They were in the walls, the floors, the ceiling. It was like they were everywhere, growing louder and more frantic with every passing second. I could hear them even when I was outside, standing on the porch, trying to escape. I didn't sleep that night. I sat by the door, clutching my phone, trying to reach someone, anyone. But the only sound was the whispering, growing ever closer, until it was right behind me. You can't leave. You belong here. That was the last time I ever set